All right, everybody, come through, come through, come through, come through. We have some breaking news. Breaking news. Right when this was coming. Um, oh my goodness. We got some breaking news for those. Come on through. I don't think notifications went out. Guys, we have some breaking news. Hold up. Everybody come through. Wow, Ozzy Osbourne dead at the age of 76. This is crazy. Didn't we just have somebody pass away yesterday? Oh my god, or at least the news. Shout out to everybody in the chat for those that are coming through. We just got some breaking news. Hold up, guys. Let me make sure I let everybody know. This is just wow. Give me one sec. I'm letting everybody know, guys. We have some breaking news right now that just broke. At the age of 76, after his final performance, Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. News outlets are reporting. People are just now catching up the news, everybody. Yes, it's being reported. Hold up now. Let me go to the source because there's various sources that are reporting this. We were live and we just heard about it. That's why I was like, well, let's pull up another live real quick. Let's see what's going on. Let's pull up the first one. The Guardian is reporting on this. Everybody come through. Make sure you guys are sharing. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath frontman and icon of British heavy metal, dies at the age of 76. Okay. Paige, thank you so much for the super chat earlier. Sorry I didn't get to it because we had to switch right away. Give me one. I'm letting people get in here. Wow. We live now. I don't know. That's a great. You said is Sharon gone too? I don't know, Liz Gale. That's a great question. Sharon is healthy and still with us. I haven't heard anything else. BJ says, "Oh no, that not Ozzy." He said he wanted to die after his daughter got engaged. Says Paige comes. Paige, thank you again for the super sticker. Sorry about that. I wasn't able to read it right away. Everybody come through. Let me share this with everybody. I'm waiting for people to fill in the room. Give me one sec. Didn't expect to go live again. We live now. Breaking news. Okay, so let's go and let's see what's going on. What happened exactly, at least what the news is telling us so far. Okay. So Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath frontman and icon of British heavy metal, dies at age 76. So the singer, who later became famous on a reality TV show, Ozzy Osbourne, dies less than 3 weeks after retirement concert. Okay. Ozzy Osbourne, who gleeful Prince of Darkness image made him one of the most iconic front rock men of all time, has died at the age of 76. A statement from the Osbourne family reads, "It is more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy. At this time, no cause of death was given. Though Osbournes had experienced various forms of ill health in recent years, Osbourne was one of the most notorious figures in rock, an innovator whose eerie helped usher in heavy metal, a showman who once bit the head off of a bat on stage. He did that. An addict whose substance abuse led him to attempt to murder his wife, and latterly a reality TV star, much loved for his bemusement of a family life on the Osbournes. Now, why would I be saying all this? The man just died. Okay, I mean, maybe he was. It is what it is. It's a persona, I think. His death comes less than 3 weeks after his retirement from performance on July 5th. Osbourne reunited with his original bandmates in the pioneering group Black Sabbath. for the first time since 2005 for Back to the Beginning, an all-star farewell concert featuring some of the biggest names in metal. I've been laid up for 6 years, and you've got no idea how I feel, he told the crowd that night, referring to extensive health issues, including a form of Parkinson and numerous surgeries on his spine. Thank you for the from the bottom of my heart. Now, I recently remember watching, oh man, there was the podcast that they did and they were referring to Diddy, but eh, he didn't look too well. I don't think Ozzy did. You know how they have that family podcast on YouTube? They're sitting down and they're kind of like going back and forth and they talk about various things. Sometimes Jack is the one that's kind of leading the conversation more so than anybody. Yeah, so I just didn't think that he just didn't look very present all the time. And maybe that's just kind of like he was ready to retire and everything. You said he weighed, well, with the addiction and all the stuff that he had been through. Yeah, he said he lived way longer than he should have. Oh my goodness. You said, I think he took his own life with assistance. Really, Paige? You they haven't said a statement, they haven't said a cause of death. I mean, I don't know if that's, was he going through something? It sounds like he was going through a form of Parkinson's, but they're not saying anything yet. Okay? So giving you guys some context, man, it looks a little bit Black Sabbath in the 70s, okay? This is all of them. Wow, Ozzy Osbourne looks very young in that picture, honestly. Yeah, I think he was really sick too, honestly. Yeah, I don't think so. We don't even know that yet, and you're already saying that. That's crazy. He was done. You said he was done with surgeries and he felt he lived. Gotcha. You said, I'm crying at work. Ozzy's music got me through a lot of stuff in my teen years, man. The Rolling Stones are outliving him. LOL. Ozzy couldn't die to Parkinson's. How do you know that? We don't know. We don't know his health, guys. He was in Switzerland, from what I read from Sharon. Oh, okay. There's a ton of videos saying Sharon and he made a pact to do together. There was a lot of you know what, Liz? I think you're right. And if I remember, this is why Liz was asking if they were okay, because if Sharon was okay. So it sounds like he might have been dealing with maybe some like health issues, and he kind of retired and he's like, I'm done. But I mean, this man lived through a lot. Here it is. So Ozzy broke his neck, collarbone, and ribs in a quad biking accident at his Bucking Hampshire home in 2003. Sharon later said that he had stopped breathing for a minute and a half and there was no pulse. He just didn't look like he was present anymore, guys. He really, like, when I would watch some of the podcasts, it almost felt like he was just very absent-minded. A lot in his mind could have been pain and stuff that he was going through. Maybe that's what it was. He had Parkinson's. You're right. That's what they're saying. So I don't think that this was I don't know. I guess we'll see. At least you said at least he got to perform one last time at the age of 76. Damn. Like at the age of 76, my friends. Okay. It further goes. Sharon later said that he stopped breathing for a minute and a half. There was no pulse. He was also told that he was almost paralyzed by the accident. In 2005, he was diagnosed with Parkin syndrome. I don't know if is it Parkin syndrome? Is that different than Parkinson's? Let me see. Parkin syndrome. Okay, that's different than, so Parkin syndrome is also as Parkin-related Parkinson's disease, is a specific form of early onset Parkinson's disease caused by a mutation in the Parkin gene. Okay, so it's not Parkinson's, it's a related form of that disease. Okay, so he was diagnosed with Parkin syndrome, which causes bodily tremors. Okay, in 2003, following years of sobriety, he admitted that he had been drinking and taking drugs for a year and a half, but committed to becoming sober. I do wonder, how long did he stay sober? Hopefully he kept that going, right? In 2020, he announced that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's. Okay, so it's like here it's Parkinson's. And in 2022 had surgery on his spine, having suffered a fall in 2019 that exacerbated the injury. Okay. In 2023, he canceled the UK and Europe tours due to being physically weak, describing 3 operations, stem cell treatments, endless physical therapy sessions, and most recently, groundbreaking cybernetics treatment. Cybernetics Hall treatment. I've never heard of that. Let me see that real quick. I mean, the guy was, he'd been through some stuff. So that is a type of robotic rehabilitation therapy that uses wearable exoskeleton to help patients regain and improve their lower limb movements. So he was having a lot of treatment. Okay. It further goes. Yeah, it's a surgery that involves robotics, right? Y'all, I'm learning a lot. Gotcha. So Parkinson's disease and Parkinsonisms are different. Okay. I had no idea, guys. The family, yes, they did. They confirmed this. They made a statement, and so then every outlet is now reporting this because they confirmed it on a statement. He bit a bat. I didn't even know that until today. I found out that he bit a bat. I think that was the part of his performance thing. They like to odd people. I mean, Britney Spears had a whole snake, and that was like the little snake dance, and everybody does something a little bit crazy. You got Katy Perry on, I don't know, machinery flying through the stage. Beyonce and a horse. Like, I don't know how people get on those things, but yeah, I didn't know about the bat story. That's new to me. That was back in the day, right? Before you can get trending. People talked about it. I guess I didn't know. I found out. Okay, let's keep going, guys. It further goes. So he went into a treatment, and then Osbourne became depressed amid the extensive treatment, as he described in a May 2025 interview with The Guardian. Oh, so he just talked to The Guardian like, what, 3 months ago? Yeah, 3 months ago. He says, you wake up the next morning and find that something else has gone wrong. You begin to think this is never going to end, he said. Sharon could see that I was in a doom town, and she says to me, I've got an idea. It was something to give me reason to get up in the morning. This was this was the Back to the Beginning concert that was held at Villa Park in Birmingham, which saw Osbourne reunite with Butler. So all the folks from Black Sabbath. Osbourne performed seated in a bat throne, but put in a spirited performance, telling the audience at one point, I am Iron Man, go effing crazy. The concert also featured performances from Metallica, Slayer, and Guns N' Roses. Okay, so is it possible that maybe, like, and there's a lot of speculation, the family hasn't said anything, but it sounds like the family did speak about self-deletion. You know how, there, especially in Europe, I believe there are certain areas where you can do assistance, if that makes sense. Take something for it and kind of go that way, if that makes sense. Said, yeah, he was getting sicker, right? Like, it sounded like he was just getting sicker and sicker. Rest in peace, big man, and all the music. Honestly. You said he was just at his daughter's proposal a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And this is why I was thinking, I'm like, maybe he just kind of, thank you so much for this. Is it prayer for Druzes? Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Let me see. Ozzy Osbourne. Y'all are, let me see what else he says. I'm crying so hard. I went to Ozfest so many times when I was little with my mom. I'm sorry. It's a lot. It's a lot that's going on. And maybe he was just through so much pain. And don't they have, you said it's legal in Oregon for self-deletion, right? But I don't think they were living in the US. He's not in pain anymore. He talked about, so he had an interview with The Guardian. He talked about this pain, you know? There's that. The Prince of Darkness. He did say that. I mean, that was his thing. Um, thank God he's not in pain anymore. Spinal pain is horrible. Yeah, I have family that is in has that kind of pain, and it's horrible every day. In your spine, anything in your spine is just a horrible thing to have to deal with. Assisted S is legal in Switzerland. Maybe there was something, I'm not really sure, but people have speculated this because I believe he's publicly said that he would do something. So maybe just the pain became too much, and that's what it was. And he said that in the last Guardian interview. But let me tell you guys what everybody is saying. Hell, you at Sky News. Let me see. Surrounded by love. So he wasn't by himself. Okay. He was surrounded by love. Okay. So people were around him when he passed away. Ozzy Osbourne's family released a statement for those that were asking, where is this information coming from? It's a statement that everybody's sharing. Okay. Released a statement after Singer's death. This is the latest that they said that they have. And I'm checking my phone to see if I'm getting any message. So let's see. Everybody's like Metallica is giving their statement. Everybody's updating. This is just like, we had Malcolm Jamal Warner. We got the news yesterday. Now we have this news here. Here's the full statement released by Ozzy Osbourne family this evening following his death at the age of 76. This is the actual statement. It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect the family's privacy. So that just tells me maybe, he was with his family when this happened, or, maybe it was a planned situation type of thing. I'm sure details will come as they may. As they may. Yeah, that's what they're saying, Pika. The news is kind of getting to everybody, depending, because he's had a lot of surgeries, and it sounds like he had been through a lot. Depending on the surgery, that really can make spinal issues worse. I have so many spinal problems, and I'm staying really on top of the decisions I make on my own treatment. Apple pie. Thank you for sharing, Apple pie. A spinal is a horrible thing to kind of have to go through. Sharon, you said, is out in her book. In her book, the pact was if anyone got sick, that they would let the other assist in unaliving page. That's what Liz Gale was saying in the chat. Did anybody check on her? But it sounds like she was there. I don't know. I mean, you said he went the way that he lived in his own effing terms. He's lucky he lived this long considering the kind of the wild partying that he did. I mean, literally. He was 76 to the person who says he was old. He, he was 76. I mean, you know, I don't. The death is still surprising, regardless of how old he was. He's just been through a lot in his life. Sounds like he was going through a lot of pain. It's wild because his daughter Kelly said the rumors about him dying were false last week. So were they really? Questions, really? So people had put that out there. That's interesting. I hope he and Randy make awesome records in heaven. This is just crazy, man. It's just the news is just like, wow. You said Parkinson's is most likely from all the partying and rugs. Stay healthy, says Jimi Hendrix. He was ill, has been sick for a long time now. We knew it was deteriorating, and it's more a surprise he lived this long. So it's not a huge shocker, but it's awful either way, right? King size, I agree. And the thing is like I said, he like when I was watching some of the podcasts that he was doing just recently, he just didn't look like he was very present in various things that he was saying. He just didn't look like he was present. There were times where Jack or Kelly had to prompt him. Eh, it's a lot, and so maybe he was, and he kept going to these podcasts and stuff. You know how they have that like family YouTube channel. Yeah, you said the bad thing. He said in an interview he thought it was a rubber bat, not real. Someone threw it on stage. Really? So Jackie, it winded up being a real bat. That's Bat carry diseases, man. Bats have a lot of diseases. I didn't even know about the bat thing. So he just went like this and he just is there a video of it? Oh man. Now I'm kind of curious. Okay. Look at this. And he had a farewell concert, to be fair. Maybe Ozzy, had planned this. You know what I mean? Especially if he was surrounded by family. This gives me the impression that maybe he's like, all right, I'm gonna get my orders in right. I'm gonna get everything together and kind of do this because he literally had the whole thing, kind of like already in place. Ozzy Osbourne dies at 76 just week after his farewell concert. So he had a farewell concert, if you know what I mean. Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary lead singer of Black Sabbath, has passed away. Okay. And Ozzy did an interview in May with the Guardian where he talked about just the deliberate the pain that he had been going through and everything. So it sounds like he was just like over this pain, right? And the family gave the statement to the Guardian, who then publicly said it about what was going on. Um, that he had died. No cause of death has been given, although he dealt with extensive health issues in recent years. And you could, like I said, you could tell that there was a lot of health stuff going on. M7666, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you, Rabbit, for holding us up through all this going on. You've been working so hard, getting the news first. I love the profile. Thank you, my love. Shout out to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support, y'all. I mean, it's just like sad news. Overall. We can't legally have assisted ending his in the UK, says Emma. So it's not in the UK, right? You can't legally do it. So maybe there was other things. It sounds like he had stopped breathing at some point for a minute and he had just been going through so much. You know what I mean? Said, "Oh man, no, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. I mean, regardless if you're a fan or not or anything, it's okay to like talk about when somebody is a celebrity, they pass away. I mean, hell, I'm a fan of Selena Quintanilla, and even her death still kind of gets to me till this day. And I was a child when she passed away. There's certain celebrities that I may not be a celebrity worshiper, but sometimes in your childhood, if you remember a song or something that happens, you find yourself more so connecting to that, and then kind of finding out that somebody passed away who might have had an impact to you in one way or another. It's deep, if you know what I mean. And it doesn't take away from anybody feeling any type of pain. So, I get it. Russ says, "Well, I didn't hear about the bat. It's literally the number one thing that he is known for. I had no idea. I just found out. I don't be keeping up, you know. Assisted bill being voted for on the UK, currently going to the House of Lords. Wow. But I think maybe it sounds like he kind of knew. Yeah, like y'all think he was prepared for his. I think maybe he was. Maybe he kind of knew. He was giving his last interviews and kind of doing his thing, and then he gave his last concert, and then maybe sometimes people feel like when things are coming to an end, and like the family statement says, he passed peacefully. You know, yes, Dan. This is like the fifth question. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, for those that are coming through, Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76. Family gave a statement. He died peacefully, surrounded by family. That's what it sounds like. People are saying, so the news just broke today. Ozzy Osbourne was going through a lot of health issues as of recent. So, yeah, it's true. And I'm sorry for those that are really feeling the loss at this point. But yes, that is true. He said, "I'm not a fan of music, but his impact on metal music was undeniable. One of the other hands, unintentionally pioneering celebrity reality TV too." The Osbournes, I swear, man, I'm sorry. I was not a fan. That show was a mess, but it was intentionally a mess. I'll say that much, right? Um, it was a mess. The reruns were on the E channel, along followed by the Kim Kardashian channel or the show and stuff. So this is people feel deep about this. Let's see. Didn't really like his music, but love watching the Osbournes and more recently the Ghost ones with Jack. I'm telling you, I think I was more so watching now that Jack and Kelly have matured a little bit. There's still some, they kind of their conversations are very. Jack, I think, is my favorite one out of all of them, right? Because he just seems so level-headed, if that makes sense. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I just think that maybe, this is painful regardless. It was still her husband and the father and everything. So they definitely need to check on her and make sure that she's okay and everything. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, this is a statement. We don't have any other things happening. Maybe people are speculating that it was a self situation where he kind of chose to kind of leave on his own, but I don't know if that's the case. But anyways, guys, I do have to head out. And let me know what you guys think. Again, really sad news. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for keeping it respectful. And make sure you guys share. I've read at least 3 or 4 different articles on the news. I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you watch the last video that we did on breaking news on Maxwell. Bye, guys.